ده الو
رولا Azhar guest.
وصل يلا. Hi,
Hello.
how are you? How's
Good.
everything? All good?
Great.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
let's go. Welcome to our studio, Azhar.
Thank you.
So we're coming from YouTube, right?
Yes, I am.
So this is our studio, and we're
Fantastic.
doing this off the record.
Wow.
And obviously, if you have, I'll sit here and sit there. Okay, cool. All right, guys, do we have time? How much time you need? قد ايه بتكون وقت؟ 10 دقايق؟ يلا اوكي تمام.
So,
Shall we present it as a LinkedIn profile for Azhar? Or shall we just talk?
just talk. I mean, I'm not here to PR myself or advertise
Okay.
it. So let's talk.
So I looked at your LinkedIn profile, okay, and then also I know Azhar since long time back.
Yes.
Okay.
More than 10 years, I think.
10
now.
years.
Yes.
And I remember that you guys started 3 people. You started really with 3 people.
Yeah. Originally, it was actually one person.
One person. Espresso.
Yeah, it was that. And then initially it was, I think, you're right, 3 people. Today, we're part of Service Plan Group, which is about 170 people in the region, and almost 6,000 people around the world.
Okay, you were working in a lot of big companies before Espresso.
Yes.
And then, like usually people, when they have that entrepreneur mindset,
Yeah.
and when they take the decision to leave a big company,
Yeah.
and they go to their own decisions,
Yeah.
and then suddenly they get acquired
Yeah.
by a bigger group. What was that turning point? You failed?
In what? In the
Making
acquisition?
decisions in the acquisition?
So the story goes like this. So I was working for IPG, which is one of the largest communication networks in the world, and I was working there for almost 12 years. I was in a senior position. I was managing director, and then I reached a point where I said, I'm not sure where I go from here because this is already quite high up. And for me, I always wanted freedom to work the way I wanted to work, and I had a vision, a plan, like it should be this way. And I realized that the only way that I can do that is if I start my own agency. I was very sure I wanted to start an agency because that's what I enjoyed doing. That's what my experience was in. And that's when Espresso happened. So I started Espresso, and, touch wood, everything was going very well in the first 2 or 3 years. And we grew, and that's when the opportunity to partner or to be acquired with Mediaplus came about. And for me, it was, it was a win-win situation for both parties. Espresso wanted a global...
But actually, there's a turning point. I want that turning point because I feel like sometimes we come with big dreams.
Yeah.
We have that passion to grow, to build something different. I don't want to look like the company that I worked for before.
Yeah.
And then suddenly we get hit by the reality.
I think for me, that turning point, if you want to know what my downs were, right? Initially, when you start a new business, you're on your own. Yeah. And you don't realize how much goes into building, a team, a business, a trust, a customer base, all of that. And I think when I left IPG, my first jump was not directly to Espresso. I don't know if you know this part of the story. It was to another company with some other partners where I joined in, and I realized that, this is not it. And that went down.
So you want us to mention that in the episode? Like all those...
You can mention whatever you want to mention in the episode. I'm just talking.
Because like now we are like, I really want to touch to those turning points in your life.
Yeah.
Again, we don't want to sound so like a career growth.
Yeah.
But I want to understand, especially in media, Azhar, the problem is we think it's a luxury. It's not a need. So usually when we grow in that field, we feel like unstable because with any crisis may happen.
Yeah.
We may say, oh, I lost everything, or maybe I need support. And I remember during that time, it was COVID. And I know that you took some decisions. So I don't know if you want to talk about that because
No, COVID came later. To be honest, COVID came later, and I think it was a crisis for everybody. Yeah. So, and it was something that no one had ever dealt with anymore before ever. So you couldn't ask someone for advice or consultation, or lean on to your mentor and say, hey, how do I get out of this situation? Because nobody knew how to deal with it. So you were literally on your own on how to do that. And in that time, I think for us it was, hey. Do we panic, and do we sort of pull back, and do we structurally change what we do, or do we be resilient and keep going? I can tell you one thing which is true. I think we were the only agency in the entire region, if not the whole world, that did not cut anyone's salaries.
Why is that? Because you had the acquisition and they're paying you from abroad?
No. The acquisition had nothing to do with it. It's a business. Once you're acquired, you got to make your own money and pay your own people and run your P&L.
You had the brands?
There were two things. We had brands. We had some good fortune of those brands not shutting down completely to zero. But of course, they cut budgets, but they didn't go to zero. And we managed our peripheral costs, which were like everything else that is non-core, very well. So we cut those, and we came down, but we didn't touch our people, we didn't touch our team, we didn't touch our, the salaries, and then lucky that we're a Dubai-based business, because if you remember, Dubai was the first economy to grow after COVID.
So is it okay to talk everything, say everything about Dubai?
Again, this is up to you.
Because sometimes they say that we cannot say everything here.
I'm not saying anything negative. I'm saying
it's not about being negative, but sometimes we are.
Even if I wanted to say something negative, I can't, because there isn't anything negative.
I can tell you something. It's not being negative, but sometimes they say there is trends and there is a movement. So, especially in media, sometimes we say, okay, just a trend because the ecosystem of the media is doing really well. But once we don't have a brand, we don't have sponsors, just gonna stop. So, and 20 to 30% of the big businesses and the network agencies, correct me if I'm wrong, right?
No, it's more than that.
Now it's more than that.
It was always more than that. It was always.
So do you say that you are in the network agency?
No, we're not. I don't like the word network agency. We remain an independent agency with an entrepreneurial culture. We're a big independent. We're one of the largest independent agencies in the world, but we're not a network.
What Dubai took from you, and what Dubai gave you back?
That's a good question. I've been in Dubai now.
I'm talking even on personal level. Because
it is personal.
Very personal. Let's forget about the LinkedIn.
Yeah, no. This is when you talk about Dubai, specifically with me and people like me, it's very personal, because I grew up here. I am now in Dubai for 42 years, a little bit more than 42 years, and that gives away my age as well. But so, and I can tell you that in the 40 plus years that I've lived here, Dubai has only given. It has given consistently in phases, in modules, if you want to call it, but it has consistently given and given and given and given more.
Even with the challenges that we.
Even with the challenges, it has given learnings, it's given experiences, it's given confidence, it's given, the capability to pull through, to be resilient. It's only given. What has it taken from me? There's nothing I would say it has taken negatively from me. It has taken my energy, it has taken my effort, it has taken my time.
It impacts on your personal life?
Not
at all. The fact that you're so successful in business?
Not at all. I have a fantastic balance between my life and my work. And I think it's a choice that you make individually. And it's not just about Dubai. You can make these choices anywhere in the world in terms of how you balance your life between, your work life, your personal life. And you get to make those choices.
The hardest decision that you took, someone from the agency, I had a very casual talk. And he told me that Azhar took a decision that's like he didn't tell me what, but it was a very strong decision. But maybe all of them, they didn't agree about it.
You'll have to give me a bit more specifics on that.
I don't know. Is there any decision that you took alone?
I don't know what decisions everybody agrees or doesn't agree with.
Let's talk business.
They don't tell me.
let's talk business.
No, there's a lot of tough decisions you have to make. I mean, today we're in a environment where you have to take some very hard decisions.
Are you going to take a hard decision today?
Yeah. We were in meetings all day today, and we had to take some tough decisions.
What is more difficult in terms of situation? Because crisis, as we said, it teach us to be stronger.
Yeah.
It teach us to find other alternatives and to open new doors.
Yeah.
Okay. So I remember like the first crisis, let's say in before COVID.
Yeah.
It was like different than what we have today and what we have actually during COVID, but I feel people today, especially who lived COVID in the UAE, are more relaxed.
I think they're more confident.
Why?
They're not more relaxed. Everyone's busy, everyone's working, everyone is doing the best they can, but they're doing it with a sense of confidence and optimism because they have experienced not just COVID. Dubai has been through, like I said, I've been here 42 years. I've been through Gulf War I, I've been through Gulf War II, I've been through the 2008 recession. I've been through the...
Which was the hardest?
I don't know if anything is the hardest or not. Each one is unique in its own way.
Yeah. That's very interesting, actually, that you lived the Gulf War as well.
Yeah, both the Gulf Wars.
And then basically your parents or your family were here. Right?
They were over
here. So it has impacted their business as well.
Yes, it was at that time. I lived through the 2009 recession. I lived, then.
And you still stayed in Dubai.
I'm not going anywhere. Then COVID happened. So, I think all of that just makes you super confident that, hey, we got through all of this.
Maybe because we have that, like home, I feel like is not where we were born. It's really like now we are able to choose home. And I think the fact that we are here in Dubai, we came from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Myself, I grew up from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
I lived in Europe. Yeah. I came here. I have people from different nationalities.
Yeah.
I think this is where we feel like we are from this country.
Yeah, home is where you feel at home, where you feel you belong, where you feel you're at peace.
You brought your family back.
Yes.
In March 21st.
10 days ago. Yeah.
So it was after almost 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You're back.
Well, wait, are we still recording or are we just talking?
Don't worry about recording. Yeah? Just go ahead.
Okay. Well, because we've been talking for a while.
Khalas, we said we'll talk.
Okay. When did we come back? We came back, on the 21st, because we left actually on the 28th of February for a pre-planned holiday. We were supposed to go on a ski holiday. So we left in the morning, and then we found out that, okay, things in Dubai are...
what was your first impression when you heard that?
I mean, it was...
Especially, when you are... this is a very good, actually... I need the answer from you. So when you heard that news from the global media, obviously you didn't watch it on the regional media.
Yeah.
Like you heard it.
I actually was in the flight. I watched it on the TV in the plane.
And how you
felt? The word is anxious because, oh my God, what happened? We're here. Anyways, we completed our holiday, and then we were like, what do we do? Should we go back? Should we go not? And we said, you know what? That's home. We go back. And we came back on the 24th with my wife and my 3 kids. And we're here. Yeah.
What is next? So now if you talk about, I read that article that I don't know if maybe we also will talk about it. So basically we're talking about the AI economy when it comes to media. I feel like all companies, they would cut budgets when it comes to marketing to media. It's kind of like is that the budget that we don't need to put in something that is kind of like luxury. So do you feel like this crisis or whatever we are living, it's going to impact especially global brands? Because I feel like now here in the UAE, we don't really need global brands. We after the COVID, there is a big shift to homegrown businesses in all industries. So I feel like today we don't really need to think about I have to work with the global big brands. I can focus on the local brands and regional brands.
There's two questions you asked here. There's 2 points of discussions. Yeah, one is on how AI changes things, specifically in businesses like ours, and the second is what is the value just a brand name adds onto that, right? Let me answer the easier one, which is what value does a brand name add? I think any brand, whether it's a business or a fashion brand or whatever, holds trust. Yeah. And you are trusting.
What do you mean by trust?
Trust. You are trusting the brand to deliver a certain level of quality, service, satisfaction. Yeah. As long as you can, as a brand, deliver on that quality, satisfaction, and service levels, your brand is adding value and building trust.
Okay.
If you fail that customer or consumer is going to leave and go anyways. Yeah. So I think just the brand in itself is not going to do anything for you. Yeah, you have to deliver on that promise or whatever that brand is. What AI does, and you mentioned that companies will cut costs and all. If you see what's happening, it's the other way around. Companies are actually investing more. There's going to be fewer people needed to get a job done.
Because you know what?
But those fewer people are the ones who are going to be highly intelligent, highly creative, highly intuitive, and they're going to be paid a lot more.
Because there is a fear in companies when there is an investment into AI solutions.
Yeah.
That, the company is investing in AI solutions, that maybe in few years they don't need us. So I feel like, especially in creative fields, it's there. You can create whatever you want now. You can write a full script of a movie.
No.
Just based on AI.
Yeah, but you're going to have more movies. You're going to have more, more content. You're going to have, because AI is going to increase the scalability of content, the speed at which you can create it, and the cost, and reduce the cost to do so. I mean, I can say this because you and I both have been here at least 20 years ago. You could not imagine Netflix. 20 years ago. You couldn't imagine that you'll have a library of, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of movies and series available for you to choose from, right? Because at that time it was not imaginable. Now imagine what it does to advertising is that today we're still creating one ad for millions of people. No, AI is going to help you to, at the same cost or at a lower cost, create 1 million ads for 1 million people.
It will not change the human emotions or the human creativity, if I say that.
I think human creativity is still and will continue to remain extremely valuable because look, at the end of the day, the end customer is always a human being, right? The food you eat, the shoes you wear, the car you drive, the end customer, the buyer, is human, and human beings make their decisions based on emotions. That's a fact. There's a Harvard study that says that 95% of all our decisions are made by our emotional subconscious mind. And the conscious mind is only rationalizing those decisions for us to make us feel good about the decisions.
But your experience also, it impacts your decisions, because obviously
100%.
when you have that subconscious and you have your experience, obviously sometimes you are like, shall I take this decision or not? But
you've already made your decision. Your brain is just rationalizing how to sort of substantiate that decision for yourself. But you've already decided.
This question is really off the record. One decision that today you say, I wish, if you had the chance today to change one thing that you've done over the past 20 years.
20 years?
So I'm talking from the entrepreneur mindset until the CEO today, the CEO mindset. What you would change?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
At all?
Nothing at all. Why would I? I have zero regrets.
Where you, if it's not Dubai, where you think you can live?
That's a very tough one. There's so many different places that I would live for so many different types of experiences. But I think all of that comes together here in this city. Yeah, like I love New York City for its vibe and its energy. I love, the north of Canada for its nature and beauty and peace. I love places like Bali for the sun and the beach, but they're all there for specific sort of reasons. But all of that put together in one way is where I am. Right
Emotional
now.
intelligence.
Yeah.
What's for you?
It's the ability.
It's a skill today that we need.
I think it's the most important skill that we need today, and it's in the age of AI, emotional intelligence becomes the most valuable skill set that you can develop. Yeah, and I think the definition of that is the ability to empathize with humans. Yeah, and the ability to resonate and to connect at a human level with different human beings, because human beings are extremely complex. Yeah, so in order for you to be able to connect with different human beings, you have to be able to understand their complexities. And emotional intelligence is also the ability to regulate your own emotions, and that's
how is crucial for a CEO.
How crucial? It's extremely important, because the fundamental job of any CEO in any industry is to manage and get the best out of the team.
A friend of mine, she's a CEO. I'll tell you the story.
Yeah.
So basically, the other day, she said over the first week of the situation here in Dubai, obviously it's an international company, and obviously they had those health and safety regulations that they need to respect from the headquarters abroad. And so every time she was asked basically to ask about the others, the employees, are they okay? Make sure that everyone from 9 to 5, they are they feel well, they're very well protected. And when there is anything happens, they need to take care of them, etc. So you know what she told me? She said, but no one asked about me.
Yeah, good point. But you can ask yourself about you.
You know what she said? She said, no one came to me and said, are you okay?
You know who does that for me?
Who?
Me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I ask myself, hey, are you okay? You've had a hard day. Why don't you just take it easy, relax? Is there anything I can do for you?
Okay.
And that's fine. And tell your friend that.
I guess that's it was very simple. She's like, are you okay? No, very simple question. Are you okay? That's it.
Tell your friend to ask herself, are you okay? And to tell yourself that I'm okay.
Thank you so much.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Oh, that was easy. Okay, fantastic. I think I'm warmed up, so yeah.
Yeah, so basically I just want Yalla, let's go.
Yeah, we're ready. I mean, we're pretty warmed up right now. So.
Yalla, let's go.
Maybe more coffee.
Yeah, I think you do. You need espresso?
Yeah, this is pretty good, whatever this is. Okay.